The wedding invitation wasn't meant for me. I still can't believe this have happened for real. I wasn't supposed to be there, but when I saw the groom's face, I knew something wasn't right. It all began with a simple envelope. I found it on my doorstep one quiet Friday. It had no name, just my address, written in rushed handwriting. When I opened it, I discovered a wedding invitation, fancy and elegant. The strange part? It was addressed to my mom, Elaine Martin, who had passed away years ago. The wedding was that weekend at a fancy estate just outside of town, the couple getting married. Rachel and Adam, two people I'd never heard of. At first, I thought it was a mistake. My mom hadn't been close to anyone who would still invite her to a wedding, but something about the invitation didn't sit right. By Saturday morning, curiosity got the best of me. I decided to go and see what it was all about. The estate was stunning, a grand mansion surrounded by gardens and fountains. Guests dressed in their best clothes mingled, sipping champagne. I stepped out of my car and held the invitation tightly. A polite attendant barely glanced at it before letting me in. The air smelled like roses, and everything felt oddly grand, like I was stepping into another world. I wandered through the house, passing giant mirrors and portraits of serious-looking people. It felt familiar, like I'd seen it somewhere before. Then, someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was a woman in her 50s, wearing a sleek gown. "Excuse me, are you Elaine's daughter?" she asked. Startled, I nodded. "Yes, I am. How do you know my mom?" Her expression softened. "I'm Linda. Elaine and I were friends a long time ago. I didn't know she had passed. I'm so sorry." Before I could ask more, soft music started playing. The ceremony was about to begin, and Linda slipped away into the crowd. The garden was breathtaking, with rows of white chairs and flowers everywhere. The bride, Rachel, walked down the aisle looking beautiful. But I wasn't focused on her. My eyes were glued to the groom, Adam. My heart stopped. I knew that face. Not from TV or social media, but from an old photo my mom had kept hidden in her jewelry box. In the photo, she stood next to a man who looked just like Adam. They were smiling, arms around each other, clearly happy. Who was he? And why was he marrying someone else? The ceremony ended, but I couldn't stop thinking about the photo. I found Linda by the buffet table and decided to ask her. "You knew my mom," I said. "Do you know anything about Adam?" Her face turned pale. "I think you should leave," she said, looking around nervously. "Not until you tell me what's going on," I insisted. She hesitated, then sighed. Elaine and Adam, they were more than friends. They were in love, but it ended badly. I don't know all the details, but Elaine was heartbroken. Heartbroken. My mom had been in love with this man, and now he was here, starting a new life with someone else. Fueled by questions, I decided to confront Adam. I found him near the bar and walked up to him. "Adam," I said, my voice steady. He turned, his smile fading. "Yes? Do I know you?" I pulled up the photo on my phone. "You knew my mom, Elaine Martin?" I said. His face went pale. He looked like he might deny it, but then he sighed. "Not here," he whispered. "Let's talk somewhere private." We moved to a quiet corner of the estate. "Elaine and I were in love," he admitted, "but our families didn't approve. I thought letting her go was the right thing to do, but I never stopped loving her." His words left me speechless. My mom had loved Adam, and he had loved her, but life had torn them apart. "Why send the invitation?" I asked. "I didn't," Adam replied. "Rachel must have found an old guest list. Elaine's name must have been on it." It was a bittersweet revelation. My mom's story with Adam had ended long ago, but it was still part of who she was. As the reception ended, I sat quietly in the garden, thinking about everything. The invitation, Adam, my mom's past. It all felt like a story I wasn't meant to uncover. But now I knew. I didn't say anything to Rachel. It wasn't my place. As I left, I felt a strange sense of closure. My mom's story was hers, but it had shaped mine too. Sometimes the past finds its way back to us. When it does, we can choose to ignore it or learn from it. Have you ever discovered a family secret that changed how you saw things? Share your story in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.